We at How to Kill an Hour love Tom Clancy's The Division. So we're giving you the chance to win a copy of the game for your PS4 or Xbox. To enter, all you have to do is go to howtokillanhour.com/win. That's howtokillanhour.com/WIN. Are
you serious?
This is How to Kill an Hour. I'm Marcus Bronzy.
And I'm Funk Butcher.
Yep, there are many ways to kill an hour, but right now you are killing one with us. Us.
Yes. Love to all those listening via the Apple Podcast app and Acast. Shouts to Funny Tummy on the Twitter. No, I haven't had any kind of gender reassignment, or I'm not planning to have any. I am a man, Funny Tummy. Just to verify for you.
Give the background on that, Funk. Give the background.
Yeah, do you know what it is? I've actually had to do some deeper level pre-in and research of the timeline to kind of get what angle he was coming from, how we could confuse a bearded black guy with a woman.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out to Funny Tummy on Twitter.
That's a Funny Tummy as well. You need to check out his artwork. Very talented artist as well.
What did he say? Did he just put out on Twitter? What did he say? He started listening to How to Kill an Hour and he thought that you were
He thought I was of the females. I was of the female persuasion kind of thing. And I've listened. You know what I did? Yeah, you know it's so funny. I actually enlarged my own AV to look at it, and I was thinking, so what? Like, what is there a bra I'm wearing? I'm like, I don't get it. I don't know how you could have got confused. So Funny Tummy. You're an amazing artist, but I think you still need to get yourself down to Specsavers, mate. And grab yourself.
Maybe you got effeminate tweets, Funk. You didn't know it. You've got effeminate.
Do you know what? He did say that. He said you tweet like a female, and I actually had to kind of get on the WhatsApp and the DMs. Do I tweet like a female? I had to ask some of my female colleagues and friends in the industry. It's like, what? What do you mean? Like, he's pulling your leg, Funk. Kind of thing.
What's your last tweet, Funk? Go on, pull out Twitter. What's your last tweet?
My last tweet is isn't this Mac makeup lovely? No, it's not. Scandalous. My last tweet is. Let me just get on here.
Don't you just hate it when red bottoms chafe your?
I think it's something like "Have a good morning."
Yeah, that's feminine. Yeah, I'd think you're feminine. Have a good morning.
Moving swiftly on. Shouts to Zombie with a shotgun. Also, shouts to Lisa Anders and Louis Fierce.
Yeah, that's right.
No relation to Sasha Fierce.
No relation. Or if you are, please feel free to come to How to Kill an Hour headquarters. We all look after you.
Yes, of course.
Unless it's in a lift. Hello to Diana Salinas, Margaret Mo Dunlop, and Dave Passmore, Alex Jameson as well. Also Chris Atterbury. Funk, he's the guy that actually won our Hitman competition when we were giving away a copy of the Hitman game and a whole heap of extra goodness as well, like some pimping white Hitman suit. He said, thanks guys, I'm so chuffed and I really appreciate it. You guys have made my day.
Well done, mate. Problem. Well done.
No problem, bro. Also, you know what? Funny Tummy tweeted today actually saying we're one of his favourite podcasts. He said we're one of his favourite podcasts. Yeah? So yeah, thank you very much.
Funny, I like you there. I like you.
Yeah. Is he back in now?
Yeah, he's back in the gang, man. Compliments will get you everywhere.
Trust me. If you'd like a shout out on next week's episode, please make sure you subscribe and review on iTunes. We'll read out the best ones. And if you want to know how to review us, we've put a link in the description, so just click that and you're in there, involved.
Yes. Marcus, before we move on, quick shout out also to Adam in Preston for winning the Division console skin mug and t-shirt. Cleaned up there, didn't he?
Yeah,
and
tasty.
Alex from Hamilton winning a copy of Abe's Odyssey. New into Abe's Odyssey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. New and tasty is like a new version of the game.
I just went in a time warp back in, what year was that? Like 95, 96, something like that?
I could do my Googles, but I'm going to try and use my brain. I reckon it's 96,
do your Googles, 97. God damn it. Yeah. That's PS1, isn't it?
97. Yeah. Abe's Odyssey.
That was a very strange game, though. It's one of those games like...
Come with me. 97. It's 97. Yes.
Yeah.
Right first time. Yeah.
I went too bad. I went too far off. But even that game, Abe's Odyssey, it was very strange. I always wondered, what is the demographic that was buying that game? It's a bit like Echo the Dolphin.
Yeah.
You know that game? They're very weird protagonists. Like, who would want to be this strange alien or dolphin and play that for hours and end?
Echo the Dolphin was like a game on a Sega Mega Drive where you'd basically control a dolphin to help save the sea. I reckon the demographic for that is future Greenpeace activists.
Yeah, or salmon.
Or salmon, yeah, or just yeah. If you were young and you wanted to grow up and be a salmon or a dolphin, or if you watch Free Willy, yeah, that's what it's for. It's like the prerequisite for Free Willy films. Yeah, that was it really. Yeah, Abe's Odyssey, yeah, great game, man. So they've kind of given it a reboot, a retaste, and
Nice.
And if you're wondering why you've not heard about that giveaway, it's because we run stuff via the Twitter at How to Kill 60 all day long. In and out of episodes, so make sure you check it out, or go to howtokillnow.com/win, and you'll always be involved in our latest giveaways.
Yes, so nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Follow us on the Twitter as well.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, hint, 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 hint. Yeah, before we get into our killer bit this week that we got into, that big juicy one, Funk, I've been hitting up the cinema a few times. I went 3 times in the last week, you know.
What? That's a lot of popcorn, you know.
Yeah. Sweet and salty at the same time.
Listen. Are you one of those people who are having sweet and salty now? Or did you mix it up back in the day? Because I'm an original guy.
I was
I'm
late
experimental.
to this. I was late to this, yeah. I was late to this. I got taught, shout out to my boy Aaron, who showed me it's all about having salty at the start with sweet at the end. Because you get me, you have a savory first course and you have a sugar dessert. You're welcome. I've just turned popcorn into a dynamic meal, 2 courses.
That's why at the start of the film, everyone's face looks all twist up, where because the salt, they've got the salty popcorn in the first half hour. It's not because the film is good; it's just their taste buds are under attack.
Yeah, they're just under attack from full salt. Do you know what did offend me though? I got nachos as well, and this is the first time in my life in the cinema that they gave me my
Libre.
Nacho.
Have you seen that film?
No, I've not seen it. I need to watch that.
Very good film.
Yeah, out of 10.
It's very funny. I like Jack Black stuff, so I'd give it 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, it's on the list then. Yeah, so I got my nachos and my cheese. This ain't no food podcast, but my cheese was not heated for my nachos. They gave me like a little pot of cheese. So it's like cold cheese and nachos was it upset me, Funky. Anyway, yeah, we're at the cinema 3 times, and because we got a lot to talk about in Kill a Bit, I'm just going to give you the quickest review ever.
You probably went toilet 3 times as well.
With that dodgy ass cheese as well. It's terrible, especially because I don't get on with dairy. If I want to eat some cheese and be naughty, I want it to be some nice hot cheese on my nachos. Hashtag I don't want cold cheese.
Hashtag anyway. I don't want cold cheese. So what did you go see, man?
I saw Allegiant, which was basically, like the fake Hunger Games, isn't it? There was Divergent, Diet
Hunger Games.
Yeah, it was Hunger Games light. You know what? Once you get over the fact that it's a Hunger Games format, which is a post-apocalyptic society split up into divisions and people find their way out of it. It was an all right watch, you know. It was an all right watch. Is
it doing well though? I mean, because obviously the Hunger Games thing is still around. It hasn't kind of been years since that franchise has gone and been and gone. So they're doing it a bit close, aren't they? Are they still getting the audience numbers watching this Allegiant, or
I think timing's good.
Or are they pledging their allegiance to the Hunger Games?
See what you did there. I think the timing's good. I think Hunger Games drops the end of every year, and Allegiance seems to drop at the start of the next year. So they did all right. That was all right. Saw Grimsby by Sacha Baron Cohen.
Okay.
Managed to make action and comedy work. I don't know how he gets away with the madness that he puts in it. But if you're not a fan of Donald, I don't like to say his name because the more times you say his name, the more power he gets. Yeah. If you're a fan of him, they bury him. Yeah, exactly. We should give him the Voldemort treatment. That was all right. And I also saw London Has Fallen, which is if you saw Olympus Has Fallen, which is where what's his name again? Guy from 300.
Oh gosh.
That's as Sparta. I'm trying not to use my Googles today.
Everyone's on IMDb right now.
Everyone's going, nice. Yes.
They
know who it is.
It's the guy who kicks him in the well. Yeah. Not Russell Crowe. What's his name?
He's like Russell Crowe, but goes gym more and drinks less. Gerard Butler, that's it.
That's it, the Butler.
Yeah, so in Olympus Has Fallen, he's saving the president from the White House burning down.
That looks like a budget film to me, though, boy. It looks
What,
real
Olympus Has
budget.
Fallen?
Yeah, because I didn't really see too much about. Is it? Yeah, the first one, Olympus Has Fallen. That looked like
Yeah.
it was straight to DVD. That's a Channel 5 film, man. Out to the people that, out to the people that know about Channel 5. Channel 5 is a terrestrial TV station over here, and it shows a lot of Steven Seagal films, like classics. That's
Yeah. Either that or it used to show porn back in the day. That was how we got the numbers in. Like saucy videos, erotica. It was. I don't even think it was even porn. It was just like lots of sweaty kissing for an hour that people would watch. The most frustrating porn to watch ever.
and true life movies as well.
Movies.
Some obscure tale about a woman whose dog went missing and she,
And her fight to get it back
through the courts.
through the court system. Yeah. So what was it? London Has Fallen. Yeah. It was basically, if you've seen Olympus Fallen, White House, Gerald Butler stopping the president and the White House from getting destroyed. London Has Fallen. I don't have to really tell you what it's about. Guess in it really, and you'll probably be right. But the highest body count I have seen in an action film for years.
Really?
This guy drops bodies. Like, if you like to see every single way a person can die, I guarantee you will see that in London Has Fallen. I saw every type of death. I saw fire death, head twisting, knife in eye, knife in temple. That's
what Hollywood's been campaigning for. Deaf diversity. We want to see more. We want to see more types of death in Hollywood. Please give it to us. We're sick and tired of just the shootings. We want the stabbings. We want someone to hit their toe on the corner of the bed and die. We want all the diversity.
Yeah,
every way imaginable.
You want someone to sneeze and their heart stops, die. That's what you want. That sort of death.
I want an action film where a man eats a Snickers bar and he dies, man. We haven't seen that yet.
Because he forgets he's allergic to peanuts.
Exactly.
What a way to go. Oh, that'd be a sick way to kill someone if you're like having, because in fighting scenes, they use their Krav Maga to pick up anything that's around them. Say they're having a fight in a kitchen and somehow he just understands that this guy isn't good with nuts, picks up a Snickers and just punches him in the face with it. He eats half of it, goes into anaphylactic shock and dies. That's a way to go. That is a way to go.
The screams.
Yeah. Scratching himself. But anyway,
make it more dramatic. He falls against the he falls into a vat of Snickers like the Joker.
And dies a bubbling mess of hives. But this week for our killer bit, I did say we'll be getting out there and doing more stuff.
Yes.
And City Dash is what me and Frank did, courtesy of Fire Hazard Games. It was an immersive day out. Yeah, shout out to Fire Hazard, man. It was an immersive day out. And this is something that's become more and more popular. An immersive day out is basically where you go out and you immerse yourself in an experience which is real.
Duh, of course.
Yeah.
What's an immersive day out, Marcus?
Oh, you'd be surprised, bro. You'd be surprised. Let's talk through it, Funk, man.
Listen, this is not really my type of thing on the paper, but I had the most fun I've ever had since I was a wee little guy, man. Like, it was.
How
brilliant.
did you feel when I sent you this on paper? Go on, maybe it was.
Well, this is the thing,
describing it badly.
And after we actually kind of finished the whole City Dash experience, we kind of had a talk about this, that on paper, it is very hard to sell because you can't begin to get across the experience on a kind of superficial level. You kind of say that you're running around, you kind of say that you're going to be chased, you kind of say you need to dodge people, but the experience is more than that. I'm doing a poor job explaining it myself. Just go and do it. If someone offers you to do it, just go and do it. Go and experience it. You'll be pleasantly surprised.
We all met up in Old Street, which was the area that they were doing it in this on the day, and I didn't realize this at the time, but they do this in different areas.
Mm-hmm. They're doing Greenwich. They're doing this St Paul's Cathedral.
Some places in Sydney they're doing it. I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing it in the States, East Coast, West Coast soon.
Oh, definitely.
So good. So we rolled up. We met at a pub, which was funny because some people took it a bit lightly and were drinking beer.
Took it lightly. They didn't take it seriously. We were chuckling at those people anyway.
Yeah. So we met up there and we were given some codes like marathon runners. Marathon runners wear those bits of paper on their front and their back so people can ID who they are and use them for whatever purposes. We're given some of those. So we put those on, me, Funk, and my boy KJ. and we got set a number of challenges. And to put it simply, the point of each challenge is to find a code that's on a sticker put somewhere and input that code into your web browser, which has got this little special City Dash sort of web page that you're on. And your team has to be the first to get to these codes, because if you're the first, you get more points. You still get points if you're not the first, but you have to get the points in your phone. And how did we find the codes? Well, we're given a map of the area, which kind of like imagine just your local area with a map on it, a map of it split into little grids. So there's like C4 and A5 and stuff like that. So we had to get to
But this is the thing. Even when you're describing it, when you say the map of the area, the area that we are covering is quite vast as well. I mean, it's not even like your street. We're talking, I don't know, maybe a good 2.5 miles.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah. It was quite a way, because we ran all over it, because the way that they set it up is that when we were first looking at the browser before the game started, we saw like 5 or 6 different clues, or 5 or 6 different zones, where we were meant to find these codes, and what we did is we get given clues for each single code in each area. So for example, we might say area A5, there's a code, and the code will be like look up, look down, look around, and it might refer to something like that is looking up or down or around. So it's like a special cryptic clue. And
it's not so cryptic that you need to be from the area to recognize what the clues are correlated. They're pretty basic to an extent. You do need to think a little bit, and also you obviously can incur penalties with the guards.
I love that because there was pressure already to be first to get to the code, so that you could get the most amount of points. For example, if you got like 50 points to get a code, if you were first there, you got a bonus 50. So everyone wanted to get the points first, but to add extra pressure, they had the guards out, which would read yours. If they got close enough to you, they'd read your code that's on your chest. Remember the
imagine
at the start?
Imagine Agent Smith with a high visibility jacket on. That's what it's like. These guys, they don't stop, boy. And some of them are quicker than others as well, man. I mean, I'm a quick guy, I know, Marcus. I mean, I was doing
have the sprints. You got the sprints. Funk's got the sprints.
I got the sprints, man. When I'm running away after those promoters that haven't paid me, I got them.
Yeah, you got to chase them around the club. Hey, cash in hand.
But some of these guards, they had their running gear on. Some of the guards, they cracked me up because they were just there lounging, and it made us very difficult to actually get their codes. Remember, there was that one guard who had a ponytail, and it was actually covering her coat. The female was covering her code at the back, and no matter how code, because you get maximum points for spotting the guard before they spot you in the game.
Yeah.
So that was quite difficult, and obviously, with all of this going on, there's an overall time limit that you need to be back by. So you actually have to keep an eye on the clock. You can get lost in the whole process of going from that zone to that zone and that zone, and then before you know it, it's 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, you just lost. Yeah, you're in the wrong side of London. Because I'm not gonna lie, we took a couple wrong turns and we went off grid. Yeah, and I was like, hang on, this is City Dash, not City Marathon. But yeah, did you mention the points that the guards had on their back? So the guards that look after these areas and chase you, if you can sneak up behind them and get their code that they have on their back, because they have their own code, you get mad bonus points. Which, shout out to the guard that really we managed to piss off right at the start. I don't know if I can explain it properly, but literally, it was right at the start, so we ran to the edge of.
We ran him ragged.
Yeah.
Ragged. And you know what? In all fairness, I feel like if we'd encountered him towards the end of the City Dash experience, he probably would have.
You lose.
Yeah. But because we were fresh at the gates, kind of thing, he couldn't keep up with us, and
it was sick.
We had him turning around like a Fats and Small record where got to turn around.
So that's it. I had a great time, man. I didn't think that running away from people could be fun for like an hour and a half. And we must have done about 6 hours of running?
Yeah.
6 hours, 6 miles of running?
Yeah.
6 miles or something in the hour. So it was. I reckon at the end of it, all the people that were drinking beer and laughing at the start, they didn't look too good. And shout out to those that were wearing like normal clothes.
Oh
as
my
well.
goodness. Yeah. Wearing skinny jeans and overcoats. And it was quite a mild day. So a mild day when you're running, you're gonna get very heated indeed. So yeah, City Dash, you definitely need to come with the right garments and the right footwear as well, because you are running on obviously city roads and it can do a lot for your poor joints.
We did some proper running. It was good, man. And like they added in like when we did the Undercover London thing, me and Nick Bright, they have these like extra cryptic clues and people that are walking around that are involved in the game that
are more interactive in the experience.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I was buzzing afterwards after the whole experience. I was happy. We did all right as well, didn't we, Funk? I mean, we did get caught out in a couple of areas because there are two types of the versions of the game. You can play like advanced, or like we're just playing it for a bit of fun. So obviously I picked advanced because I wanted us to get the full flavor of the challenge. And yeah, man, like a couple of times when we did get caught, it blocked us out of areas, so we had to move on. Which it was good. It kind of put the pressure on. But I will say this, Funk, when we worked together, we got a little rhythm together.
We come together like Voltron. Let up, like Captain Planet. Let up,
Captain Planet. Yeah. Trust me.
To be fair, it is one of those games where, if you feel that the basis of it is speed and endurance, you'll get a rude awakening. Because we had our ass kicked by these little guys, and it was basically because they were an efficient team. They kind of worked out what they were going to do, who was doing the coordinating, who was going to spot the guards, who was going to take that risk and try and get the codes and whatnot. And they just, from the beginning, obviously we don't know whether or not they've played it before, but they had a very efficient structure, just like most teams. It's not about the individual. So yeah, we flew at the gates to begin with, and no one was catching us, but people quickly caught up because of their system. When we started implementing our system, it all came together like clockwork. So
definitely. And we all found out what we were good at, like, who's good at spotting this, who's good at hiding here. That it definitely made a massive difference. And like with all of these games, I think when we got caught the most, or when we got caught out, that was because we split up. Because we got so scared that we were So it's interesting when you're doing these sort of interactive days that you might think, I'm going to go solo. But like going solo isn't as cool as it looks in the movies, man. You might want to stick with your team.
They got me. Yeah. And we just have to, we just have to leave you there.
Exactly. All right. See you later. Yeah. But that's city-net /game. I think, no, actually, it's just city-net if you want to get involved in that. Check that out. We liked it here. And please, our seal of approval.
Please do. Even if exercise isn't your thing, I think this is a good way to make exercise fun, because we got to the end and we were just like, what? We ran 6 miles? Like, and because it was just constant. And before you know it, it's, you've clocked up a bit of mileage on your trainers.
Yeah, man, it's playing as well. It's playing for adults. Yeah, like, we get to go out and play, and like with Undercover London, we were running around in the streets of London. And you know what they did, which was good? They picked an area where there is like cars and traffic, but it's quite light. There isn't too much traffic in our zone. Which made quite a big difference, because I'm not looking to get squished for a game. Listen, and I think price point on it as well. I don't know what you think about it, Funk. Is the cost, if it is, I think it's £20-25 a ticket. And for me, that's cinema money for me. That's
excellent value for money. Excellent. Seriously. Excellent value for money. From what you're getting out of the experience. And this experience can't be replicated each and every weekend. So you'll do this and you'll think to yourself, okay, I can go cinema every weekend, and that is pretty generic. But this experience, the City Dash thing, depending on where you do it, if you might do it the one by St. Paul's, you might do the one in the city, you might do the one in Greenwich, you're going to get a different experience because the geography will be different. So for that price point, there's absolutely no complaints on myself. I felt like a young Annika Rice running around without the blonde weave. I was running around trying to without the blonde weave and the all-in-one jumpsuit. Shouts to Annika Rice. Where you at, man? How to Kill an Hour and I, Funk Butcher, love Tom Clancy's The Division, so we're giving you a chance to win a copy of the game for your PS4 or Xbox. To enter, go to howtokillanhour.com/win. That's howtokillanhour.com/win.
Simples. Absolutely simple.
Simple, Sergey.
Yeah, simple, Sergey. So yeah, Anonymous have announced war on this is Billy's writing, producer, international dickhead, Mr. D. I don't like to say his name. I feel like every time you say his name in the media, it's adding to his powers.
It just amps him up, boy. Feed me, Seymour. Like the plant in Little Shop of Horrors, boy. That's what it is.
Yeah. There's no such thing as bad press.
No,
like,
not to him.
Not to him. Nah, it's putting him out there. So anyway, Anonymous, they put out a little warning in 2015 regarding some comments that he said about Muslims, saying that they want to bring him down. And they're trying to now bring down all of his main websites that are helping his campaign, but also like halt his presidential bid by uncovering and exposing embarrassing information. But they've already put out his social security number. But what I'm thinking is, when you're somebody that is that ridiculous with what you say anyway, what can you be exposed for?
He's foolproof because he is a fool. So I don't know how you combat against Donald Trump and this wave of support that he's amassed over the past weeks and months. But to be honest with you, I was never surprised. I was never surprised because you kind of get the vibe that he's like that from watching the Apprentice shows that he used to do.
Yeah,
you kind of get, and if you've ever looked at the history of Donald Trump, he's no stranger to bigotry. So
yeah.
When you sit in a pocket of people who serve and reflect niche views, as long as you stay loyal to them, they'll stay loyal to you. So that's all he's done. He's stayed loyal to a contingency that have now followed him on his journey, hopefully not to the White House. So, I mean, I'm not really, a lot of people are surprised because they think to themselves, oh, how could this happen? How could someone like this get so much support? Like, do people in Middle America really think like this? Well,
clearly.
This is democracy, baby.
And do you think it's also the fact that his message is so clear? Because I've got to be honest, a lot of other politics for me, I feel there's not clarity in what they say.
Yep.
Like you ask a question and they go, oh, well, with policies and features and whereas straight slanderous racism is so much more of a clearer message than sort of these cryptic answers. You know, when people say to you, oh, you answered that like a politician because you've swerved the answer.
Yeah.
Whereas he's not doing that. I feel like that's a key to the power as well of why he's getting such a hype.
Yeah. And I think that's what I mean when I say niche. I don't mean niche, and obviously in the sense of the amount. I mean niche in the viewpoint, because mass media will say that liberal views are the ones that are more predominant. They're the ones that are more widespread and kind of like are in the homes of everyone in the modern democratic world. What he's done is that he's stuck to a core which is on the fringes on the outside, and then they've kind of moved with him. So whereas you have the politicians who kind of sit left of centre or right of centre, they're kind of fighting over the same group of people. Trump is coming with his group, which are sitting from the outside, and he's moved with them. A little bit like what happened with what people were frightened of with UKIP and BNP participation in this country. But again, I'm not surprised by it, because if you tell people what they want to hear in politics, you make things simple. If you try and satisfy opposing groups, which is what politicians generally try to do, they try to go for the biggest group of people and they try and position themselves in the middle ground, which is everyone.
Yeah.
But obviously, as we know from most creative fields, it's impossible to please everyone.
Yeah.
Trump is not concerned with pleasing everyone. He's concerned with pleasing a small core of people, and then more people have joined that core through the momentum of his campaign. But Again, this is politics, because it can be very dangerous, because it can skew the overall picture of how many people do think like that, or is it just like just a small number of loyal people kind of exaggerating the overall landscape?
Yeah, and like the fact that media's given it so much shine, I feel like if it wasn't spoken about in the news, then obviously we wouldn't be talking about it. I don't think it would have as much traction.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it would be out there as much,
Yeah.
but that's just the way the world is. But to bring it back to like the How to Kill an Hour sort of angle on things, can Anonymous stop the campaign? Like, what could they actually do this? Are they somebody to be scared of?
I don't think Anonymous can stop the campaign, because what they're using to fight the campaign is what is fueling him. Just like we were joking about earlier. He's fueled by the media. Media is his petrol. Anonymous will have to use the media to highlight Donald Trump's flaws and indiscrepancies. But again, we've noticed, whether it's positive or negative, that is just fuel to Trump and his campaign. So I don't know how Anonymous can highlight Trump for the idiot and the bigot that he is without giving him more power in that instance. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, man. I see what Anonymous are trying to do. They're trying to kind of like redress the balance and kind of, hey, this guy is a bad guy and kind of thing through whatever kind of propaganda they might put out there. But they'll be telling stuff that we already know. This guy has come on record and said, if you see someone in the crowd, give him a thump and punch them up. let this guy leave on a stretcher. He's actually said that verbatim. Yeah. You don't need to sift through the archives for sound bites. This guy is happily willing to put his political neck on the line and say the most ridiculous things and be recorded for it. So I don't know how you combat someone who's willing to put all these risks and everything out there for scrutiny. He doesn't appear to have any weaknesses from the media perspective. So
I think Anonymous are going to have to turn off the internet.
That is a good shout. It's a very scary thing, but that's the only way. The only way you obviously turn the Hoover off is if you take the plug out the socket. So maybe that's a shout.
Turn off the power.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that Anonymous will probably hack his the money aspect of him, because that's the only way as well. His money, taking the steam out of his campaign by hitting him in the pocket. So Anonymous
and distributing it to tech podcasts. And like How to Kill an Hour. Yeah, that's what they should do. Yeah. Or some O's.
Or start up jollof companies in
Yes, our African McDonald's.
Yes.
McJollof. Yes.
That's how you get the funding.
Yam. Or yes, McFufu.
Or you can give some of that 53 million to Kanye. So yeah, there's plenty of
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Unless for that 53 mil, Kanye promises not to do his little half an hour internet rant. Like, you know, everyone keeps saying that they think Kanye only gets half an hour of internet a day. He like rinses the Wi-Fi.
I tell you one thing, we all joked about when Kanye said he wanted to run for president. I think a lot of people would rather Kanye now than Donald Trump. Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Kanye or Trump? Who would you pick? Oh my gosh, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Who would you go for, Funk?
Gosh, trying to find out who is the lesser evil. I mean, Trump's an idiot, but I feel Kanye can be an idiot as well. And I'm not really feeling Kim as the first lady. Oh, man.
But at least we all know what she's like.
Gosh, nude shots in the White House. Damn,
oh
Daniel.
My gosh. Damn, Kim. Yeah, damn, Daniel. Oh, man. Anyway, let's move on, man. That guy's had enough media attention.
We've just given him more stats, more power.
Yes, that's it. Banned from the show. Whatever you say, even if your Twitter name is whatever, has D or T in it, those names in it, I'm not going to shout you out.
Call him Donald Trump. Tramp.
Yeah, tramp. So, invisibility, definitely maybe. We've been getting closer and closer to real life invisibility cloaks now, Funk. We're not quite Harry Potter or the Starship Enterprise, but there's been an advancement in a special type of material from Iowa State University which guards whatever is placed which whatever is placed on from cameras. So you'll still be seen via the naked eye, but if you're watching via a video feed, you'll be hidden from the feeds, basically. So this type of tech can be used for fighter jets.
It already is used for fighter jets, though.
Probably is.
Yeah,
it probably is.
There's actually
when they say they're thinking about it, it's probably is it really?
Yeah, there's a fighter jet. I used to be really into planes when I was at school, and there's a fighter jet, and it used to fly at the speed of sound, which is Mach 1. It's very distinct. It's very distinctive. It's like a black arrowhead. That's what it looks like. The shape of the plane. You've definitely seen it before.
Is it? Was it more stealthier than the X-Men's one?
They probably took their ideas from it, because the Blackbird, and I think it's called that in X-Men, their plane, or the Bluebird or the Blackbird, flies at the speed of sound, has a similar sort of kind of arrow.
Is it the BC?
Arrow point. No, stealth fighter.
I don't know, but they've basically made this material which they're thinking they can use on organic things. At the moment, they've only got some that's an 80 nanometers thick and only large enough to cover a few cells, but invisibility cloak, Funk. If you could wear a jacket that made you invisible, how would you use it?
I'm walking right up to the bank. I'm saying, thank you. Do you know the thing is, yeah? The thing is, I think a lot of people would probably use it to kind of help themselves. I don't know, a few more extra sweeties, a few more extra bits of popcorn at the cinema. And I feel that just shows how repressed we are as a society, whereby if we did have the means to do things, what would we actually do? Kind of thing.
Petty crime.
A lot of it would probably be down to petty crime. With that invisibility cloak thing, it's funny because I was watching Fantastic Four yesterday. It's actually not as bad as people were going on about. I mean, I have seen worse films.
The new one.
Yeah, the new one.
You know what? I am swerved that because of the reviews.
Yeah,
they're so bad.
Do you know what? Give it a shot. It's not terrible. You have seen worse films. You have seen worse. Right. Namely, that new film with Keanu Reeves. That film was.
What, John Wick?
No. The one where he's a writer, where the two women kidnap him in his house.
Oh, and mash him up. Yeah, that was the yin to the yang of John Wick, because John Wick is sick. John Wick. The only thing that John Wick was good, but the only thing that I can say is it didn't have the body count like London Has Fallen, though. Oh my gosh!
But the fight choreography was very, very good, though.
Yeah. So imagine those body counts, Funk, times 10. London Has Fallen. Trust me, there's body after body dropping.
Yeah, I definitely need to check that film out. But yeah, I was watching Fantastic Four. Obviously, what's it? Sue Storm. She has the power of invisibility. And I was thinking, well, if I could do, but she has additional powers. She can create force fields, and you know what I mean. Invisibility is a bit, I don't know. I think we're in a generation now where people actually want to be seen. Everyone's claiming about blue ticks and social media, and I think the whole generation that wants to be, what's the word, like cloak and dagger and clandestine. They're not really about anymore. I think people actually want to be seen. If you're offering two
fleekability, a fleekability cloak, a glowability cloak.
Turn up.
Is that what you're saying, Fun? A turn up ability cloak.
They activate their powers, not flame on. Turn up, and they just become more rambunctious and out there. Get more blue ticks, get more retweets. That's their power. That's what people want. People want a power where they get more likes on Instagram and more tweets, more retweets. I don't think people want to be invisible. Yeah. People want to break the internet. I can't see.
Oh my God.
I can't see the followers of social media celebrities and whatnot, which is the next generation coming through, wanting anything to do with being invisible and off the radar. It's all about this Lockheed. That's what it is. The Lockheed Nighthawk jet 117. You can have a look at it. Yeah, it's and it's a stealth jet. It flies faster than the speed of sound, which is Mach 1. And this generation, if they were flying that plane, the plane is black. This generation they'll fly in that plane, it will be a luminous yellow. Like they would want to be seen. They will fly over enemy territory, say, "Hi, I'm here," with that horn.
Playing future commas. Playing future commas.
With with a subwoofer coming out below.
Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah, people don't want to be invisible nowadays.
People don't want to be invisible.
Opposite.
Yeah. People don't want to be invisible.
Cloak.
And you know where you can probably kind of gauge that as well. Probably if you was to ever go into the archives of Marvel or DC and look at characters like, I don't know, or some of the X-Men that had invisibility attributes. What?
Jean Grey.
Yeah, what section of the demographic was actually following those characters? Or would they more like to be like Hulk because he's out there, green, big, smashes stuff? Do you know what I mean? And I think that kind of taps into the psychology of what we would like to be if we had superpowers. Because I think that's what it is. That's what it boils down to. People want to be seen now.
Iron Man. I wouldn't mind being Iron Man though. He's got some all right resources.
Oh, I said I'd rather be Tony Stark anyway because he's got the money.
Got the peas. Him and Batman. People say they're not superheroes because they've just got money, but I'm like, money's a superpower nowadays. Money is. Do you know?
Money makes country superpowers. Yeah,
money makes country super. That's right. Speaking of power, though, no matter what we do to preserve our battery, turn the black screen down, vibrating, turning off apps, nothing can stop my battery lasting as long as I need it to. But researchers in Pohang University of Science and Technology in South Korea have designed a special fuel cell that could replace the fast draining battery in your phone. It's the first fuel cell that will contain special electrodes and electrolytes. That's the stuff that goes in your Lucozade, isn't it?
Hallelujah.
That's the stuff. So basically, there's Lucozade in the back of your phone that are of minimal heat capacity, and the result means a phone battery that lasts potentially a week.
Is that stuff really in Lucozade?
Oh, I can't believe it. It's electrolytes. Electrolytes. That's in Powerade. That's in Lucozade.
But that's interesting. If they could make this technology into phones, I think, that guy deserves a Nobel Prize, man. Because people will be fighting for that. People will be fighting for that for years. Years.
A phone battery for a week. Can you imagine not having to charge your phone? Because in this whole day and age where there's wearables and stuff, like we're going to be trying out some watches and phones and stuff in the forthcoming weeks. But what puts me off wearables is like Google Glass and stuff like that is just it's another thing to charge. So if you start talking to me, it's a one charge a week. Then I'm wearabling everything. I've got wearable trainers that charge up. I've got jeans that I'm on that, man. But I'm not having to charge. I don't want to have to charge everything all the time. So I reckon it could change the whole game when it comes to wearables and stuff like that.
I've always thought to myself, hasn't this technology been around? I mean, is it not there? Is it a cost thing that they can't make something that durable so small? I mean,
do you know what, Funky? It has been around. It has been around. I know exactly where it was.
Okay.
Where was it? 3310, the Nokia. And what they've done is they've forked out the battery. They found a pile of old batteries and they forked them out. And what they're doing is they're slowly distributing them at a higher price. And they're telling everyone it's this brand new type of battery. This minimal heat capacity electrolyte. It's a Nokia 3310 battery. They've sellotaped it to a phone. And there you go. Lasts forever. That
phone was very legendary. Very durable as well, boy. Could take all the knocks. It would last for a couple of years. That's the phone. When the aliens, when Charlton Heston goes into the future in Planet of the Apes, and he finds the Statue of Liberty, and he realizes he's been here all along. Yeah, there's a 3310 line on the beach as well, man. That's that's how long that phone will last for centuries, and he'll switch it on as well, and he'll play Snake. That's what they need to put in the film.
Yeah, and that'll be the only way that he kind of gets over the fact that he's never going to see Earth again. It's just by playing Snake. Maybe I'll top that. I'll get that 999. But is phone battery is phone battery that important to you? Because I got a couple of mates who just always have their phone on charge, so they're like, you know, I don't care. My battery's always charged. It's never an issue for me. How important is it to you, Funk?
I mean, it will stop me leaving the house with the phone and the charger, because these days I actually need to leave the phone, leave the house with the phone and the charger, because I know that at some point halfway through the day, my phone's going to die and I'm looking for a plug socket. And another thing as well, when you make these longer lasting batteries, Mr. Phone companies out there, Mr.
Pohang University of Science.
Exactly. You need to just make a longer wire for the charger as well. I can't be up against the wall charging my phone with these short ass charger leads, man. That needs to be happening. So you need to do the two at the same time, because they're both first world problems that a lot of us are struggling with.
Yeah, longer chargers and longer battery life. That could end a lot of first world problems for everyone. I mean,
how many times a day do you charge your phone?
I think I'm on one main charge every night. It's on for the charge overnight, and then it hits the charger a few times during the day. I'm one of those guys that if I can, I'm charging it. Like right now, my phone is charging because I can.
But I did
always
see
keep it topped up.
I did see something in the news, the back end of last year, that basically said that obviously there are certain apps. I mean, you can go into your iPhone settings. You can look at the apps that drain the most usage of your phone battery. And for some reason, Twitter and Facebook, like, they drain more energy. I still struggle to...
Facebook's a killer.
Yeah.
Facebook...
And I don't understand... I'm trying to understand why, though.
Your phone. I don't know. I think there's a lot of background stuff going on. I always turn off my... location settings. I always turn off Bluetooth. I turn off... If I'm not using it, it's off. In fact, sometimes I'll just put my phone... I'll turn off cellular data on my phone as well. Yeah, I love putting my phone. I've made a point of putting my phone on airplane mode this week, or do not disturb, so I'm not even touching it. But like, yeah, aside from that, but I'm just like, all right, cool. Like we can charge our phone up and stuff, but like, at what point did we find it acceptable for us to have a phone battery that wouldn't last throughout the day? Like, was it when we realized that Instagram and Snapchat were so much fun? We're like, you know, it's cool. I don't need a phone battery. Because I swear at some point there must have been when we must have bought the next phone and then gone, the phone battery on this is shit.
But that must have been the compromise with the smartphone technology. When we moved into the era, we looked at the handset and we said, this phone can do so much things. I'll take a L for the fact that the battery's gonna die in the next half an hour. So,
but we got email though. I got email though.
Yep. We got email. Got color screens though. We got touch screen though. Yep. Yeah. So
crazy. So yeah. Anyway, I want that phone. I want that, and I want them to put that same battery in a car as well. But obviously, car size. I want a car that I only have to charge up every 2 weeks when I get my electric car. But finishing on a light one, no Funk. Air monitoring company Plume Labs have found a very interesting way to monitor pollution. They've strapped air quality sensors to flying rats, that's what we call them here in London sometimes, aka pigeons, to monitor pollution in the air, which me and you breathe on a daily basis, and sends back data to understand how much damage can be done to us with the air. So it's Pigeon Air Patrol, and it's interactive. All you have to do is tweet at Pigeon Air and request air pollution to get update on the data. In fact, I tweeted them yesterday. Let me see if they tweeted me back. See, bro, I'm not looking at my Twitter as much now, you know. I tweeted them and I said, what's it like in Oxford Circus, Central London? They said, pollution's high in your area, protect yourself before you wreck yourself. They didn't say to wreck yourself. So yeah, bruv, this is real, man. Apparently air pollution kills 10,000 people a year in London alone. Wow, that's what the CEO of that company says. Do you think about pollution on a daily basis, Funk?
I actually don't, because I walk with my asthma pump, so I don't really need to think about it. It's a part of my life, and it has been. Yeah, but I've heard that people that do live in the capital are more susceptible to be born with things like asthma because of the air pollution. And if it's a way to get those non-rent paying flying rats to do something and pay their way in the capital, because apart from featuring in some chicken shops as hot wings, these pigeons don't do anything, man.
Yeah.
So Yeah, but air pollution in this country is a big problem, and I feel
So
like
do you think you need a pump if you were living in the countryside, or when you're in the countryside, do you notice a difference in air?
the air is amazing. I remember when I went down to Devon as a kid, and I was just like, I felt like, you know, when you just come out of the spaceship, and the spaceship tells you that obviously if you don't know that he's come out of spaceship, I'm imagining if you was to come out of spaceship and they said that funk the oxygen levels on this planet are fine, and then you take a good breather. That's what it feels like as soon as you step out of the capital. The air is so much better because of the amount of foliage and trees that are absorbing all the toxic gases, and and it just feels a lot better. But the question that a lot of people would ask is that, how long has it been that we've had congestion charge? So what difference has it actually made? Or is it a fact that if we didn't have congestion charge and a congestion zone, that these pollution levels would be a lot more higher? Because they seem pretty high as it is. What change has it made?
Well, I don't feel like when I'm in London now, the air's a lot fresher than it used to be. Or I don't think, oh yeah, you know what? It's a lot. I still feel like like you don't realize if you live in London, and you're one of those people that's fussy about food and stuff like that, and you're not fussy about going outside and what that does to you, then it doesn't really make sense. Because I know that when I'm outside of London, I don't get that sort of that chucked up kind of feeling at the end of it. You know, like on a dusty hot day in London.
Yeah.
Like, and you're walking around, when you come home, you feel like you need a wash because you're just like covered in mess. Yeah.
We probably all got black lungs as well.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But yeah, man, right, that's interesting. I didn't know that you walked to the asthma pump, because loads of people I know walk with an asthma pump. And I'm like, if you didn't live in London, would you still need that? Anyway, we've been a bit preachy in this episode, man. Aren't pigeons a type of pollution anyway?
For cats, I don't know.
For cats, that's lunch and dinner.
Exactly.
That's a little snack. I'll go have a little snack, and my owner will never know. No one's gonna notice.
They've always complained about the pigeon population, haven't they? So I guess it is putting them to good use. But to be fair, I don't really see pigeons a lot in East London, which I said, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. That's probably why the hot wings are so cheap. But I only really see them around Trafalgar Square. That's their hangout, man. That's their spot. That's their club.
That's their spot. That's where they chill. It's where they do this.
That's the pigeon Ibiza.
Yeah. But I don't know, if you want to try out this whole pigeon stuff, all you have to do is tweet them at Pigeon Air. Yeah. And you can find out what the air is like in your area if you live in London. Boy, Pigeon Air. Isn't that the sort of thing in a club when a certain type of girl ignores you?
Sounds like a flight company like British Airways. You are now flying with Pigeon Air.
Or the name of the Jordans, the Jordans with the heels.
Jordans with claws.
On that note, there's plenty of ways to kill an hour out there. I've been Marcus Bronzy.
And I've been Funk Butcher.
Yeah, and we'll be back real soon with plenty of ways to kill an hour. Thank you for killing one with us. We here at How to Kill an Hour love Tom Clancy's The Division, so we're giving you a chance to win a copy of the Division for your PS4 or Xbox. To enter, go to howtokillanhour.com/win. That's howtokillanhour.com/win.